Libya. Libya, Lebanon, any other L countries? Oh, good, yeah. Well, just for the record, you're a stone's throw away from each other. Listen, just for the record, my Arab friend, I don't do any Arab jokes in my act. It's not that I don't think you're funny. I just, I don't know. I don't want to die. See, because I'll do a joke about an Arab, and they'll look like they're laughing. But it's not the same laugh you're doing. Like, I'll do a joke about an Arab, and you guys will go, ah, ha, 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 ha. And you look at the Arab guy, you're like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, no, I get this funny joke. Ha, 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 ha. No, it's funny. I get it. Yeah. Don't worry. I will talk to him after. Doesn't it feel like every time you turn on the news nowadays, some new country is fucking with an Arab country? Every time you turn on the news, I kind of blame the media for what's going on wrong in the world right now, because they kind of just perpetuate stereotypes about people. They don't tell you that's what they're doing. They don't go, hey, this is what you need to think. But they know how people's brains work. What they do, they enforce all this shit. What they do is they'll show you an image of somebody of a different racial background, and then they'll show you an alternate image right away of something completely different. They don't say the two images are together. They kind of present it like, what do you think? Like what they do is they'll show you like an Asian guy and then a car accident. They'll show you an Indian guy and a 7-Eleven. What do you think? They'll show you an Arab guy and an explosion. I knew it! That's how they get in your head. They put it in there. And whenever they tell you like Arabic being spoken on TV, it's always like these crazy people in these protests in the Arab world. They're all speaking really harsh Arabic. Like, fuck America! Because that's what they want us to think is going on over there. So I want to get to the bottom of this, so I went to the Middle East last year. Because I needed to get some rectifying for myself. Rectifying, whatever. I needed to sort this shit out for myself. Because I had this whole impression in my head that Arabic was such an ugly language because it's always like, and people are like, oh my God, no wonder they're angry. They're vomiting on each other when they talk. Then you go to the Middle East and you hear real Arabs speaking Arabic and it sounds nice. I was actually turned on by it. Because I was at this cafe in Dubai and I'm just chilling, right? And there's these two Arab girls having a conversation behind me and I'm eavesdropping. I have no clue what the fuck they're saying. But it sounded nice to me. Because all I hear behind me is... And I was like, oh God, this is good. Oh. But they never show you those Arabs on TV because they're boring. They only show you the crazy... Basically, all they're showing you of the Arab world are the rednecks of the Arab world. That's why their Arabic is so bad. If you were to translate their Arabic accent into an American accent, they sound like this. We're gonna kill the whole fucking world! That's what they would sound like. That's how the media does it. They show you all the fucked up people. That's all they show us is the messed up Arabs. I bet you in the Arab world, all they show them of America is Jerry Springer. Look at the Americans, they're fucking stupid! He's fucking his cousin! Not like you and me, it's different. They're doing it different. They're doing it different. They do some other thing. Look at all these Indian faces. Jesus Christ. Look at you brown bastards. God damn. Indians just look upset that they had to spend money to be here tonight, don't you? Just the look on their faces. This is bullshit. I don't know why I'm spending money to see someone that looks just like me. I can stay home and look in the mirror. For free. We are an endless supply of cheap jokes. And you know what the best thing about it is? Indian people, we're proud of our cheapness. You're never going to insult us by calling us cheap. That's the best part, you know. You walk up to an Indian, you guys are cheap. Thank you for noticing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That guy just called you cheap. No. He pronounced it cheap. But what he was saying was smart. Very smart, he was saying. We're cheap. You know, here's the thing, too. It's not like I'm up here going, you Indian people are cheap, and I'm the one that's not. No. No. I'm just as fucking cheap as you. The difference is now I have money. I'm just cheap in better stores. I'll be looking at like an Armani shirt. I hate when this happens. I'm looking at a shirt from like a high-end designer, and I flip the tag over and I see made in India. I'm stuck with a real dilemma. I'm like, shit. Do I buy this? Or do I call my uncle? I wonder if he knows where this factory is. We are cheap. Everybody's cheap. Okay. Never call white people cheap. White people get really upset when you call them cheap. You ever call the white person cheap? They get very angry. Because white people actually are probably the only people that aren't cheap. You ever call a white guy cheap? You're cheap. Fuck you, I'm cheap. I'll buy you a beer. You want a beer? That's how white guys get around being cheap. You want a beer? 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 Huh? You want a beer? Huh? Fuck you, I'm not cheap. I bought everybody beer. Everybody's cheap. It's all about levels, you know? Where the Jews at? Jews in the house? All right, Eric, the Jews are in here. Go talk to them. You've got some hugging to do. Jews, I don't know how you got the title of being cheap. It's very offensive to Indian people. When people are like, Jews are cheap, we're like, no, that is very incorrect. I am cheap. Jews are thrifty. Big difference. Must have been like one Jewish guy back in the day who was cheap and he fucked it up for the rest of you, for the rest of your lives. Because Jews aren't actually cheap. You know who's cheap? Asians. Asians are cheap as shit. Chinese people specifically. Where are the Chinese people at? Where are you? All of the Wu family. Nice. Chinese people, you are cheap like it's crazy. But it's about levels. Like if you were to rate like the top 3 cheap people in the world, Indians for sure would be number 1 on that list. See the pride in it? Oh yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. We are ekdam number 1. Yes. Indians for sure number 1 on that list. Very, very close second, Chinese. And Jews will give you 3rd place, you know, just to keep you in the game. How about that, you know? So you don't feel like you're losing everything, all right? So. But it's all about levels. Like, let's just say there's a Louis Vuitton piece, right? An Indian guy will walk past this Louis Vuitton store every day of his life and never once step foot in there. Like, not even on that best sale. Will I be going in there? No, thank you. Now, if Louis Vuitton's having a sale, Jewish guy's going in and he's buying shit. It was on sale. What do you want? Massive. Chinese people, sale or no sale? You're going into Louis Vuitton every day. You never buy shit. But you'll go in every day. Sales guy, can I help you, sir? No, just looking. Minute sales guy turns his back, Chinese guy whips out a camera. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Goes home, emails the pictures to Hong Kong. Make this bag quickly. We're selling to the Indians. That's a sale you never want to see happening. A Chinese guy trying to sell an Indian guy a Louis Vuitton bag? Neither one of them can say Louis Vuitton properly. Hey, Mr. Indian guy. You want to sign a pack? Who's this? Who's he? This is the Indian hand motion for I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Who's he? Who's this? Who's this guy? It's to sign the facts, initials, LV. Who's this LV? Remember growing up, Dad, who finished the milk? I don't know. I wasn't there, I don't know. Son, I can't hear. Nothing. Nothing is coming. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Nothing is coming. Nothing. Who is this? Who is this LV? There's to sign an initial. Then I have a name underneath. Who's this wood? What the fuck are you saying? I'm reading designer's name, Luz Wooten. Why don't you spell what you see? Okay. Okay. Okay, lose. Lose is lose, huh? Absolutely lose is lose. 150,000% sure? Lose is lose. That's an Indian person convincing you shit. You ever try and buy something like, oh, give me the best price. Okay, sir, I'm telling you, sir, final price. Best price. Take it and go. Take it and go. Take it and go. Okay, so lose is lose. All right, fine. Lose is lose. Latin. Weird. I didn't say it all fucked up. I said spell it out. Okay. We. UI. P-D-O-N. Because that's how we spell shit. We'll go slow for like the first 3 letters, and then we jog through the other half of the name, don't we? We do the same thing with phone numbers. Or give me your phone number. Okay. 212 555 8246. And the messed up part is, we know the rhythm. Here's the thing with Indian people being cheap. Our cheapness actually changed the world. You see, you may be sitting there going, well, how did your cheapness say it changed the world? Well, let me tell you how. Because our cheapness actually benefited everybody. We're so dedicated to being cheap for so long that Indian people actually created the number 0. You know how much dedication that took? That means back in the day, some Indian guy was looking at the numeric system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. None of those are amounts I want to pay. Then his friend came along and drew a circle. What's that? Nothing. What's inside of it? Nothing. What's its value? Nothing. We shall call it Jiro. Take it and go. Ah, man. Any Italian people in the house tonight? Italians? Are you real Italian or are you like a New York Italian? In New York, that's not fucking real Italian, you know. You what? Your parents are from Italy, so do you speak Italian? Oh, well then you're a real Italian. As long as you speak Italian, to me you're a real Italian. Because you meet a lot of people in New York that are Italian that don't speak a fucking word of Italian. But they act more Italian than the actual Italians do. I was standing in Manhattan, standing right in Times Square the other day, and this Italian dude walked past me. He had what I thought was like an Indian girl. Looked like an Indian girl. And they walked past me. I was just standing there chilling. Times Square, you can just stand there and look at shit. So they walked past, and I didn't check out his girl. All I did was this. They walked past. It was like, it's an Indian thing. The minute Indian people see another Indian person, they're like, ooh. I thought I was the only one. That's the bubble we live in. But I didn't gawk. They walked by and just did this. And I just continued looking at whatever, nothing. I was just looking at Times Square. You're just fucking looking at shit. And I don't know how this dude saw me. But all of a sudden out behind me I hear, "Hey!" And it's Times Square, so you don't pay attention to every A that you hear. So I'm just, "Hey! Hey, dick face!" I was like, dick? I want to see who this dick face is. I'm like, this is very close to my fuck face. What is a... If this is a fuck face, what's a dick face? You know? I don't know what a dick face is. I don't know what a dick face is. So I want to see. Where is this dick face? He goes, "Hey, dick face!" And I go, and he goes, "Yeah, you!" I'm like, "I'm dick face?" Where the fuck do you get the balls to look at my girl? Because what they do is when they get angry, they'll ask you a question, and it's a really fucked up question. And it's a rhetorical question, to be honest with you. But they ask you like you're supposed to answer. They wait for you to answer. Where the fuck? Let me ask you a question. Where the fuck? Where the fuck do you get the balls to look at my girl? Where? And I'm like, what? Where? Show me! Why don't you fucking show me? Take me to the fucking store where you got the balls to look at my girl. Where the fuck did you get the fucking balls? Where? And I panicked, right? I'm like, hot code. Got a jar. There's a big difference between that Italian and real Italian, aren't there? Because it's a race culture issue. Everybody's got this race culture issue in this country, you know? Anywhere, there's a big difference between race and culture. Because racially, I'm an Indian man. Culturally, not at all. Many of you may think you're Indian, or, some people think they're Italian, but then they've never been to Italy in their life. They don't speak Italian. It always bugs me out when they call black people in America African Americans. You're not fucking African. You're black. If a black guy showed up in Africa tomorrow, what's happening? You'd be, that motherfucker's crazy. Get him away from me. They'd be looking for a white guy. Oh my God, thank God you're here. Those brothers over there, they mind. Same thing for me, there's a big difference between race and culture. Because all my life, I've been identifying myself as an Indian. I'm always like, I'm Indian. Yeah, what are you? I'm Indian. Yeah, where are you from? I'm Indian. I'm Indian. Then I realized something. I was born and raised in Canada. There's nothing Indian about me. The only thing Indian about me are my parents and my skin tone. That's it. culturally, I'm not Indian at all. And the only reason I know this is because last year I went to India to do some shows. And I thought I was Indian. And when we're flying over to India, I had this overwhelming Indian feeling. Inside of me, I was like, I'm the most Indian man ever. I just thought I was so Indian, you know? We arrived in Bombay, I was like yelling at the flight attendant, open the doors to this plane. Let me have my Indian people. Let me show those Indians what it's like to be Indian. She opened the doors to that plane, I turned Canadian so fast. I was like, I am so... Step in shit just now? When you arrive in India, the minute they open the doors of that plane, you get an overwhelming blast of shit smell right up your nose. It's almost like they hire somebody to shit in front of every plane that lands. Quick, quick, here comes the shit info. Shit info. Go, go, go. And if you're an Indian person out there thinking to yourself, that's not you, then fuck you, you probably had a cold or landed in the wrong country. Because racially, I'm an Indian man. Culturally, there's things that happen culturally. If you are not raised in that part of the world, you will find it unacceptable. Like in India, grown-ass men hold hands with other men and walk down the street like everything's okay. And they don't just hold hands, they're holding fucking pinkies and swinging that shit. And to them, there's nothing gay about it. Here's the thing. There's nothing gay to them. To them, I'm holding my friend's hand. What's gay about that? See, you grew up over here. There is no acceptable time for two straight men to ever touch hands. Ever. You ever walk through the mall with one of your guy friends and your hand accidentally bumps his? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get off me! But in India, grown-ass men, and the guys holding pinkies, the best shit about it is, they'll still try and mac on chicks. Hey, what's up? Hello, hello. Hello. Oh, you're looking very lovely today. Some guys act like thugs, holding hands. They'll be holding pinkies and eyeballing you. Like they're trying to start some shit. I was at the beach in Bombay, right? I'm hanging out. This gang of like 16. Well, 17's an odd number. That would mean one guy's like, somebody hold my hand, right? So, this gang of like 16 dudes is walking across the beach, holding pinkies and giving everybody dirty looks. With their dress pants and flip-flops. How are you gonna start a fight holding another man's hand? How does that go? Let go. It's a different world over there. And I was there doing shows. I remember before I went to India, I was all nervous, right? Because my friends were like, hey, listen, when you go to India, they're gonna understand your jokes. And I was like, I don't know. And then they're like, are you gonna offend them? I'm like, I don't know. Am I gonna offend them? Because I realized something before I went. A lot of my jokes, the punchline is the Indian accent. But it was funny because when I performed in India, everybody understood every single thing that came out of my mouth. Every joke, every line, every like suggestion, they were with me. Like they were with it, they were completely there. And it was funny because every time I did the Indian accent,